Hi, this is Elliot Allen with Criterion Planners of Portland, Oregon. Our firm is a USGBC education provider, and this is one in a series of presentations called 10 Minutes in the Neighborhood, which are quick looks at notable features of the LEED ND rating system. This is a draft installment of the series that looks at GIB Credit 8, Stormwater Management. Again, it's a draft presentation. GIB Credit 8 calls for a comprehensive stormwater management plan that has these important features. First, rainfall must be infiltrated, evaporated, and/or reused. Second, projects may choose a percentile event of rainfall to manage. That can be selected from the 80th to the 95th percentile for events over the last 20 to 40 years. Third, the amount to be considered is the 24-hour volume that falls on the project's development footprint or its impervious areas. And lastly, the management plan has to contain seasonal measures that make sure it operates successfully year-round. The diagram at the bottom is an excerpt, as will be others in the remainder of the presentation, that are taken from the Washington State Stormwater Manual that we'll talk about in a minute. What's a percentile rainfall event? That's the event whose volume is equal to X% of all storms over the past 20 to 40 years. Projects can select the 80th, 85th, 90th, or 95th percentile event for their locality. The amount of points that a project may earn are driven by which percentile rainfall event they select, with the 80th earning 1 all the way up to the 95th earning 4 points. To determine the amount of rainfall volume to be managed, a project goes through these 3 steps. First, obtaining local rainfall data. Secondly, using Excel to determine the percentile event that the project wants to manage. And third, multiplying the rainfall inches from that percentile event by the project development footprint, or its imperviousness. That gives total cubic volume to be managed. Once the volume is known, then best management practices can be selected. LEED ND requires projects to use the Washington State Department of Ecology's Stormwater Manual for Western Washington, or other BMPs from other sources can be used as long as they're more stringent than the Washington State measures. All BMPs, regardless of their source, must drain down in 72 hours, except for cisterns. Here's a list of the Washington State BMPs from Volume 5 for Western Washington. And again, other BMPs can replace these or substitute for them as long as they're more stringent. Let's work through a quick example. A 15-acre project has 10 acres of impervious development footprint, or, and there's a typo on the slide here, it should be 435,600 square feet. Second, we go to NOAA and get 30 years of rainfall data and enter that into an Excel spreadsheet. Using the Excel percentile function, we can determine that the 80th percentile event equals 0.72 inches of rainfall. We multiply that volume by the 435,600 square feet of imperviousness, and that gives us a little over 26,000 cubic feet of stormwater to manage. We fill out the remainder of the credit table to determine how much would have to be managed and how many points would be earned as we move up the percentile event scale. The total capacity of project cisterns is 23,500 cubic feet. There's also some pervious pavement that will infiltrate about 3,800 cubic feet of water. That means that the total reuse and infiltration for the project is 27,384 cubic feet, which corresponds to the 80th percentile rainfall event we just saw in the previous table and therefore earns the project 1 point for this credit. A couple of final notable things about the stormwater management credit. First of all, it has relationships to a long list of other credits, including site design and habitat restoration in smart location and linkages. Additional points are linked to achievement of neighborhood pattern and design credits listed here. And then building water efficiency and water efficient landscaping under GIB credits 3 and 4 are also directly linked. Those extra points I spoke about can be earned a couple of ways. First, 1 additional point is available if at least 2 base points are earned and the project takes at least one of the following 3 actions. It either locates on a previously developed site, or it locates on a brownfield that qualifies under the SLL Credit 1 definition of a brownfield, or it earns 2 points for neighborhood pattern and design credits 1, 2, and 3. A project can also earn an exemplary performance point if the 97th percentile event is managed. For more information about this credit, or LEED ND generally, please feel free to email me at elliot@crit.com or visit Criterion's website at crit.com. And be sure to take advantage of the resources on the USGBC's website for LEED ND. Thanks for watching.